Hey guys, welcome back.
Zach,
This is what?
stop being so edgy.
Edgy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Like, boom, bang, right into it.
No intro needed. It's Wednesday, my
Do you
dude.
just constantly think of like the most cringy transitions?
No, I literally started thinking about it when you were talking.
Oh.
Like, here, let's stop, let's begin. I'm Harold again, by the way.
Okay. For those of you who have no idea what's going on, we're talking about Microsoft Edge.
You're not alone.
You know, the thing that everybody hates except Jeremy, because he still uses it.
I get Microsoft rewards.
Yeah, but for how much longer are you going to be able to do that?
I'm trying to remember what this even is. Oh, yeah, Edge. I remember.
The web browser.
That's the
thing
browser
that
I use to
nobody
download
uses.
Chrome.
Yep.
Not Internet Explorer.
I'm sorry.
You're Gucci.
I have no opinion. I've been rocking a MacBook as my powerhouse for a couple years, and a Chromebook as my school
No,
book.
there you go.
So,
There you go.
and an Android phone. I play nice with everybody, but I just don't use.
Wait, so on your Chromebook, do you run like the Chrome OS, or did you like download Linux and use that?
I dig the Chrome OS, especially now with all the Android features you can do on it.
Okay.
But I used to play around in Linux a little bit. Again, I love all formats, all operating systems. My office back in Montana, I have a Microsoft 10, Windows 10. So
See, I don't like
Yeah.
MacBooks just because you can't right click. Like, I just couldn't ever get over that.
you just use two fingers.
Yeah, but it's like I've used Windows for all my life. I can't do it. Okay,
The demonstration. You just use two fingers.
Someone at school, like we were in a lab and we had to like make a graph in lab, and someone like handed me their MacBook, and I could not figure out how to right click. Like,
Yeah.
I was trying to like edit some data, and I'm like, how do you freaking right click on this thing? I have no idea.
Right.
I only use Windows.
I'm sorry. Well, and it always confuses people too when I let them use my devices, even if it's not a Mac.
Yeah.
Because I set all my trackpads to that Mac system where you scroll like this to go this way.
What?
And
Oh my god.
just 'cause
I
I'm
use,
so
like, the
used to
two-finger
it.
Scroll. Like that's
But
standard
it's
on everything.
backwards on Mac.
It's back. Wait,
So-
so when you scroll down,
Yeah, it's like you're touching the screen on your phone. Yeah,
so it's
it's-
backwards from normal.
It's backwards from normal. So I set like my Chromebook
So you
and my
set it normal.
trackpads all to Mac style.
Okay.
Yes.
My big question is
What about,
when
what about
is
your mouse? Like, is that backwards too?
he just flips his
It's
no.
like
He
inverted.
flips
You
his
go like
mouse
that.
around. He flips his mouse around
he holds it
manually.
upside
Yeah,
down?
he holds his mouse
I
upside
actually
down.
have a magic mouse, so it's really easy. You could
No.
do that. Not on purpose. It would really screw you up. I'm sorry. I'm moving on.
Okay.
My big question is when is Microsoft going to release their Cortana smart speaker?
Oh, no.
That should not ever.
It's
be
going to come out with the next Windows phone.
Oh! Raise your hand if you've ever owned a Windows phone.
Oh,
That was me.
I
He
don't think I
upgraded
did.
from his iPhone 5 to a Windows phone.
Yeah. See, that was when I couldn't choose what phone I wanted. My parents were like, "Here, you're just gonna have the iPhone that I used to have," and I'm like, "Okay, at least
Yeah.
I have a phone."
I had an iPhone 4. I know we're off a lot from Edge now, but I had the 4S. And it was awesome until I dropped it in the snow once, and then it didn't work right ever.
I'm assuming you were still in Montana.
Yes, I was. How did you know?
Because
The snow part.
The
the last
snow
time it
part.
snowed here, everyone was definitely on at least iPhone 6s.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Anyway, Edge. That's not going to be a thing for much longer.
nope.
So are they replacing it? I haven't really heard on that
They're
front.
using a Chrome.
It's going to be kind of like Chrome. It's a Chrome variant.
Okay,
like
so-
Microsoft's variant of Chrome. They're using what Google used to like build Chrome
Yes.
to build something that they're going to use.
So
it'll
Microsoft
be
is
good.
making a Google-based
That's interesting.
web browser.
So they're
Yeah.
using Chromium, like the Chromium platform or whatever that's called.
Yeah.
Because that's what Chrome's based on.
I mean, maybe it'll be kind of like an add-on of some sort, just to like, so
That's
you don't have to like sign into all your Microsoft stuff.
That's a
I
pain
don't
in the
know.
butt.
Yeah.
Like I know on like Android devices, you can download like the Windows skin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can like, from whatever you're
You
doing
can
on your
download
phone.
Edge on your phone too.
I don't know why
Not for
you
much
want to do
longer.
that. But like whatever you're doing on your phone, you could just like copy the screen onto your computer if you're running a Windows computer.
Okay.
So that it's not super appealing to me personally, but for some people it might be.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it might be something like that, just so that way you don't have to use the Windows skin on your Android device.
Gotcha.
Does that
Yeah,
kind of make sense?
that makes
Like,
sense.
Maybe that'll be a cool feature that they'll add into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just such a big Chrome fanboy because like
Chrome
if
is
I'm
the
doing something
best.
on my phone, I can just get on and click recently and just open the
Yeah.
same tab.
Here's the rule of thumb:
Yeah.
if it doesn't take up like 100% of your RAM, it's not good. Right?
What is the rule of pinky?
The rule of pinky?
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
Oh, we should make it a thing.
Sure. The rule of pinky. That's like the 5th best browser. We'll just call that
The rule of pinky.
The
Oh,
edge. Yeah.
the rule of
Because like
pinky.
Firefox, even Safari will be placed ahead of it.
Wow.
Oh, do you ever click things with your pinky?
My shift button. On my
Is that it?
keyboard?
Good answer.
Not really.
Oh,
Huh.
you don't click Avengers trailers with your pinky?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I did actually use my pinky.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Speaking of Avengers trailers, Endgame. What's it
Endgame
called?
trailer. It's called the Endgame trailer.
Ender's
I don't know.
Game. That's a whole different movie.
That's totally different.
Throwback
This
4
is the
years
movie.
ago.
This is the movie where Chris Evans dies,
Potentially.
most likely.
Probably.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe is kind of killing a lot of people.
That's true. I don't know
And-
if anyone's going to come back or not.
Well, I mean,
Captain Marvel.
all I remember vividly from the trailer is that Ant-Man's in it. And last time I remember, Ant-Man was stuck in a different dimension or like small, whatever he was doing, Ant-Man stuff. And everybody evaporated or
Yeah, well,
however
it
you
was
want to
in
say that.
That other dimension or whatever.
Yeah, so I'm confused about that. So I have to watch a whole movie to figure out one little Ant-Man tidbit.
Hey, Paul Rudd is pretty good though.
Yeah, honestly, Ant-Man is one of my favorite
Yeah.
movies from the Marvel universe.
He's the main character in Friends halfway through the season. There's a series.
For real?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's insane.
He just started Friends
In-
like 3 days ago. Watching
Okay.
the show.
I haven't watched it all,
Okay.
but it's okay because Netflix is spending a lot of money to keep it.
100 million next year.
Wait, for real? They're still going to keep it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was spoiled. I was gonna save it for when we got to it.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
It's okay.
Sorry.
We'll talk about Friends later.
We're just gonna talk about the same thing we just talked about,
Pretty much.
but in a few.
All right. So yeah,
Anything else about the trailer that you liked?
they moved it up, the release date up a week for the actual movie.
Did they? I didn't notice that.
They did.
That's not either. That's
So-
very rare.
So I'll be poorer sooner.
Basically. It'll probably cost like $20 a ticket knowing, movie theaters.
Nah.
That's a bit of an exaggeration.
Yeah. Also, I mean, especially if you go to a nice movie theater, you go to Alamo Drafthouse down here,
That's still gonna be like a max of $12.
Yeah, but you're spending a lot of money on food because
and
you're
then you
going to a
spend
nice movie.
$23 on nachos. Just saying.
Except Alamo is gonna be like cranberry nachos or something.
It's true. They fancy.
They are
Fancy.
fancy.
It's
Yeah,
sometimes
good
weird.
burgers.
So yeah. Are you talking about your book or not?
Yeah, I can just give you guys a little tidbit right now because it's for school, but I got to choose which book I read. I'm reading The Mingling of Souls by Matt Chandler. So I don't know if you guys ever heard of him. He's a pastor in the Dallas area.
You missed the
pastor?
quotation marks.
Yeah, quotations pastor. I don't know if he's qualified to be a pastor or whatever, but that's just my little take. But no, he writes really good books, and this one is all about relationships from the point of view of Song of Songs, and like looking at not a cultural warped view of it. So kind of looking, I don't want to use this term because people don't like it, but kind of looking at courtship, kind of looking at the point of dating in the long run, and looking at the mingling of souls when you work to become one.
One thing I do have to say is my Bible doesn't have the book Songs of Songs.
Song of Solomon. I'm always confused about that because people refer to it as both.
I know.
But yeah, Song of
I've
Solomon.
heard it both ways.
Psych references.
Little psych reference there.
Yeah. My book.
So
That actually sounds
so
kind of
you
interesting.
recommend it or like?
I do. I've read it before.
Oh,
It was a few years ago though.
is
So
that cheating?
Hey.
I was like, is that what you chose as your book? before
Charles
you've read it
Spear,
before?
do not listen to this podcast. All right, got that clear. Now he knows. He's my instructor for that class.
There you go, man.
But no, it's yeah, I don't really remember a lot of it though, so it's handy to be reading it again.
There you go. Anyone played any free games lately? That's real good. Angry Birds Space 4 come out or something.
CS:GO.
So CS:GO. That sounds better.
That's true. CS:GO is now free to play.
Really?
So if you want to go pick it up, if you have a PC that can handle it, I would recommend doing it. We
just
didn't
discussed.
mention.
So not a Mac.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, you might go do it on a Mac. I don't know. I don't have a Mac.
No.
Mac Daddy, I need a Mac.
Please no.
I want a Mac.
So yeah, if you guys want to
Sick beats.
get on your Steam and pick up that game because it's free. I mean, you might as
Or
well
forget Steam, I'm going to Epic Game Store
for Fortnite.
for anything.
What else does Epic Games make?
Well, they're gonna start making other stuff apparently.
Okay. Cool.
Well,
Yeah.
Epic Games does make a lot of other stuff, or they
Yeah.
have in the past. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
But-
pretty sure they made Infinity Blade, like that
But
iOS
I
game.
think
Okay.
the thing that's buzzing right now is they're taking less from their developers than Steam. So developers, so it's kind of
Wanna come to them.
So developers are going to be like, well, Steam's taking this much. Epic Game Store, I have to look at to make sure I get it right because it's still not a regular word I say. Is going to be taking less percentage. So developers will be making more on Epic Game Store
Yeah,
than
I
they
did
will
hear about that.
on Stream. So
That's a really smart play on that
Yeah.
part, actually.
it is.
Keep
It's
the
like
developers there.
Stream,
Yeah.
Someone else steals them.
Steam's like they're saying it's Steam's first big competitor. Like that's gonna be coming up.
Yeah, because Steam really hasn't ever had.
They have good deals for the consumers to buy.
Yeah.
but
No, I don't think Epic Games is ever going to be able to like outperform Steam because Steam has everything.
Mhm.
Like so
that's
many games
true,
on it.
But if they can still get more developers,
Well, that's just developers to make their own games. Like Steam publishes games from literally every developing.
yeah, and that's like what it is too.
And I'm sure if they got some people that were really gung ho, they could start getting other developers on there, and it would take a lot of work, but nothing
I
wrong
mean,
with
you
good
can. Like
competition.
Blizzard has their own. Like they publish all their own games.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know. That's
the-
interesting.
the Blizzard
Yeah.
store, the Steam store, and the Epic Game Store. That's literally all I have on my computer because that's all you need.
Yeah.
I thought all you need is love.
No.
Different
Gotta have
topic.
video games.
See, I don't know if I told the listeners this, but I don't really play video games, but I'm super intrigued in the whole economics and competition part of it. So I'll probably keep an eye on it in the future.
There you go.
So yeah,
What else we
And then
got
you have
for?
those EA that just like cash grab on anything.
Hey, EA was once a great franchise.
Once upon a time, they
late
made,
'90s.
Yeah, they made games without microtransactions in them.
I'm sorry.
But you're good.
Sorry, EA.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's finally out.
That came out a couple days ago. Have any of you guys? Well, you said you don't play video games. I don't have a Switch. Jeremy doesn't have a
I have a
Switch.
Switch.
If I did play video games, the Switch is probably what I would have, honestly.
See,
I had a Wii back in the day.
I had a Wii back in the day too.
Everybody,
played
I'm pretty sure
Smash.
Nintendo gave out Wii's back in the day.
Yeah, everybody had a Wii, and everybody played those when you came together. It was the thing.
Come together.
Yeah, it was like the thing. Like the Wii was like the party machine. Like anytime you had
Yeah.
friends over, you'd play the Wii.
Dude,
Yeah,
my
man.
my church back home still has a Wii set up in the teen area.
Hey,
So
you got
respect
your,
for that.
Your Mario Kart and Mario Bros. And
You got- yeah,
Wii
you got
Sports,
Straight up tennis, bro.
tennis.
Straight up Wii tennis. You can do that.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I have.
Why are we talking about the Wii again?
we were talking about
Smash
Smash
Bros.
It comes together.
There you go. So,
But yeah.
yeah. And Just Cause 4. What a failure.
What a failure. Just because games were lit. Those are pretty fun.
Yeah, because they're open world, right?
Yeah, you had like a huge island to explore, and you could just like fly around and basically.
You know
do
what else
whatever
is
you
open
want.
world?
Grand Theft Auto.
Sea of Thieves.
Oh.
We
That's
don't
true.
talk about that.
That's a PlayStation exclusive.
We don't talk about Sea of
Oh.
Thieves.
I don't even know what that
It's
is.
not PlayStation,
Is it? Oh, is it
It's
Xbox?
Xbox.
Oh, I got it mixed up.
but it sucked garbage.
Oops.
Oops.
Shame
So,
on me. I call myself a video game nerd.
You Goofus, how much time we at? 'Cause I have to leave in
like
20
15
minutes.
minutes. We're only like
Rip.
15 minutes into this
Rest in
episode.
peace.
Rip.
Let's finish up the video game news, and you can talk about sports because I don't normally talk about sports. I have no idea anything about sports.
Jeremy's alone.
Basically,
Sometimes the other guest knows sports.
yeah.
We usually just explain it to Zach.
Okay,
Yeah,
I don't know
I just
any.
kind of sit here and like listen as one of the viewers or listeners, just like, okay, explain to me what's happening in the sports world because I have no idea.
Yeah. I mean, go for it. Or if you're ready for sports.
Nah, this topic is really irritating, so I actually don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it?
Markel Fultz.
Who's that?
He's a guy that was drafted #1 overall last year in the NBA. He was supposed to be a boss.
That's
but
basketball, right?
Yeah, point but he's got this nerve disorder that's super, super rare, and they've been making him play through it the whole time. He can barely lift his arms over his shoulders, and like he's seen like hundreds of specialists, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong, and they made him play through it the whole time. So it's like this whole bad situation.
Is it making it worse, him playing through it? Nice.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
And his agent's finally like, okay, stop screwing up my player. We're not going to play until we see 10 specialists and figure out what's wrong with him. Because, yeah, it's a whole thing.
That sounds
It's really
like trash.
I think his agent was really nervous.
Yeah, that's scary.
Get it? Because it's a nerve injury. So, yeah, before I just...
get it, but
Yeah.
I don't even know anymore.
So, Wednesday, closer to Christmas. I was at Chuck E. Cheese last night
You're at, wait, what?
for that
Wait, are you talking about like in the future you will be there
on Tuesday
on
night.
Tuesday?
Yeah.
But since this is going up on
Wait.
Wednesday,
What?
Yeah,
that's
thought-
like Inception.
it's
right
for
there.
it's for like a kids charity thing that my company does.
Well, why don't you tell us some details about what went down
Well,
last night?
we gave
That's still in the
little
future.
kids presents that can't afford any,
Mm.
and we gave them free dinner and chilled with them. Probably saw Josiah Burns last night.
What?
And then
Oh.
we just and something extreme happened in our soccer game that started at 10:20 last night. Oh shoot! I played keeper last night because our keeper got red carded last game.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a fun game. I'm guessing.
I'm
Probably.
guessing because it's actually still in the future.
But for when you're listening, it's in the past.
Right. So all of those facts are definitely true.
On that note,
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
cue that music.
I think we're about done with this episode. It's not as long as like normally our
'Cause that's
normal
go to church.
episodes are. Jeremy has stuff to do, so we're gonna cut it a little bit short.
All right. Cool.
All right. See ya.